Andy talked earlier about how amazing this was to see this move in the shop each and every day. It filled the shop, head to toe. You couldn't walk around it without, being in danger of it hitting you when it was in the middle like that. And as you can see, the roof was raised so that the T-Rex could go up to its full range of movement, because we had to test all this stuff before we took it to stage. And it was amazing noise. But you're right next to it. The telemetry devices, you can see the computers there. You're right on top of it, and you just see this wall of flesh move over you as you're playing with the telemetry devices, getting them to work. And then when we took it to set, it was, just eerily quiet. The pumps were outside. We didn't hear any of that typical noise, and all you heard was this eerie hiss of fluid moving inside, all dampened by the big, thick skin. It was eerie to see it move so quiet after so many months of seeing it move in the shop. So here you can see we've got it mostly patched together, a big 1-foot swath in the middle there on the neck, and then again on the tail you see another couple sections. Just an army of people building it. There's the insert legs, which Richard Landon designed, and another amazing piece of machinery. There we all are with hair.
Me with none now.
Took a snap of the open mouth. When they were doing the teeth, they also, you can see that's a big appliance there, but the fabric extends beyond the corners of the mouth. And I think they were done hollow too, weren't they? So they would collapse.
Yeah.
And the last thing you wanted was you needed that sinew in the corner of the mouth, but when he closed his mouth, you didn't want to have it bunching out and sticking out. It needed to look like a thin membrane, but in reality it was 6-8 inches thick. So they were very inventive with elastic inside of it, so that it would want to collapse and then move to the inside of the mouth instead of the outside of the mouth.
I haven't seen this since we did the movie. This is a long time ago.
Everything's so important to make sure that it moves. It was all sculpted in a neutral position so that we could get to the extremes from one end to the other. Because those are always the most difficult. Full wide open and then completely closed, and then have it to look natural in that complete range of movement.
And here you have Richard gluing down the nostrils and still having the working out how to get the tube to go in there too, so when you blow the air through it.
And there it is, the full-size T-Rex on set, moving for one of the first times. All inspiring moments, really were. It's just thrilling to watch it all again. I was on the Raptors, and the Raptors started shooting, and then at one point Stan pulled me aside on set. He's like, I need you to go back to the shop and continue working on the T-Rex. And I was so disappointed for a while. But then after following the T-Rex through and working with it on set, I got the best of both worlds. I got to work with the Raptors for a little while, and then the T-Rex. And this is a full-size one, head to toe. And over on the left you can see the insert head. There, you see? See how quiet it is? You can't even hear it. Jurassic Park was one of the most rewarding experiences of my career. It was an opportunity for me because I was still growing and had moved into the mechanical department, learning constantly, and to be spending 18 months building toward such a remarkable, achievement in cinematic history, for me is one of the most rewarding films I've ever worked on because I was able to be so involved in so many different areas.
For me, it was a really rewarding experience because I'd worked with Stan and John and Shane and Richard in London on Aliens, and so this was kind of coming home and working with the guys again and Stan, and so it was like, coming back and working with my brothers or just family. I really, really enjoyed the experience and made lifelong friendships out of it. So yeah, it was a massive part of my life.